Hello and welcome back to Lemuria Ascension Mother Earth. I'm your host, Radhanelia, and today we are back at the round table with Mai the Shaman and, of course, Queen Helen Abdajurak. Welcome.
Yes, welcome, dear Queen. Go ahead and state your name, just because it's a statement that I'd like you to say.
Thank you very much, Princess Maya and Princess Radha. This is Queen Helen Abdajurak, Elizabeth III. My name is very long. Queen Maria Makiling Helen Fatima Nazaria Panulino Abdajurak Juicy Mulan bin Raja Baginda Ali Elizabeth III. That is the name given to me by our forefathers, by our ancient ancestors, by the Lemurian family, and by the Universum Magnum.
Thank you, Queen. Must appreciate that. So today, Radha and I would like to be a little bit more personal with you, and we would like to know more about your personal events that has taken place in your life. And so I'd like to ask you the first question. So here it is, dear Queen. I'm aware that your life with King Mama has been marked by difficulties and challenges due to certain political agendas and instances of sabotage. If you're comfortable sharing, could you please provide some insights into the hardship you have faced, such as threats to your lives and the times when you were confined? Additionally, I would be very interested to learn how you managed to navigate and overcome these kinds of situations.
Well, thank you very much for such inspiring sharing of today. Queen Helen was born to sacrifice. And I know that this is an equation of success in this mission. I have really to go through the pain of being humiliated, morally, spiritually attacked, that even my professional life had been questioned, had been put into the limelight because others say, my comrades, my family, those that really knew me, my colleagues in the religious life would say, Queen has been already doing the craziest thing in this global earth. To obey the will of God is not an easy thing. But once you obey, you must be prepared to be put to death. This is how the Creator made my life. I know that this is the part of my trials, tribulation, to be able to gain the success that all humanity had been seeking for. I started this mission. I had been running away. I have a good life. I can buy whatever I want. I am a professional nurse with PRC license. I could be rich on my own way. However, this calling is reserved to me. This mission is only for me. And the acceptance of that means sacrifice. It's not easy, as I would say. It is very difficult to deal with all kinds of professional people who has controlled the Liguasan Mars. I started from there because I was born at that very heart of Liguasan Mars. And that is the asset, that is the wealth that our Incan spirit been protecting. I am attuned to them, and I knew the veracity of such ownership. They have really made us suffer. And financially, they have really suppressed and oppressed us. How? Because they knew that once I have the money, I can surpass them all. How? Because the legitimacy is with us. The burden of proof has been given to them by virtue of heredity, of lineage, of law of succession. The book that I have given them, that documentary book that have been submitted to the House of Congress, to the House of Senate, to the Department of Foreign Affairs, to the Royal ICJ, to the BARM, to the advisors of the Presidential Office of the President, DFA, practically all of them were given a copy. So from that skeletal framework, they have derived from the book because of the blood compact. It was a very dangerous action that I did because I have to go through even to the lost command territory wherein I could be killed any time because they are there. They are tasked to kill. I went to the MNLF. I went to the MILF. I went to the private armies. I went to the Bangsamoro freedom fighters. So all of these armed groups that being used by the government in their black propaganda, I went to them one by one to sign with their blood for peace and prosperity. So that is the legal basis that I have to start my operation and propagation of peace throughout the land. No money, no money. But we know that Raja Mamay has already big, huge amount in the central bank of the Philippines, which so many grandsons been claiming. Because that 10 billion US dollars that had been given to him by Queen of England when the time that he communicated to the Queen Mother that he is alive and showing his lineage direct from the grandfathers of Queen Elizabeth II and of Queen Victoria of Labuan, that is the Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth II, they have their names given to them in Islam. So we know the lineage by itself. So Raja Mamay was then given 10 billion US dollar upon the blockages of the government of Sabah sa Karandanday, the Sultan of Brunei, Mahathir, not to let the grandmother, Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria meet up with Raja Mamay. So it was a totally black up. The conspiracy started from there already because the family of Raja already involved in this machinations. In fact, they are also the kings and queens right now because the claim will always be their passage to get the funds. Because claim is part of the operation of the office of the president by utilizing the armed groups of Mindanao. They were the one who approves the group of MILF, BIFF, that is the consolidation. That's why they were able to install the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao with the premise to govern and control the Liguasan March. We could not believe in our eyes before. But since the day comes day to day, I have discovered a lot of secrets that the government is duly involved with that conspiracy. Now, I am trying to tell the whole world to be able to change the governance of the global earth. This is not anymore just for me. This is for the entire sovereign people, the creation of God Himself all over the global earth, knowing that I have done my mission despite of all the blockages that they have. Because in my mind, even as a witness of the killings of the military, the killings of the poor people there, because the drive is to take over the oil field of Liguasan Mars. It has been since immemorial that they had been trying to get Liguasan Mars, Maguindanao. So by that, they have suppressed and oppressed, and even those people that support me, these bad elements, this bad programmer, we call them programmer, packagers, that would like to block me using, they paid almost my people that had been so close to me. They would tell them, I am a faker. Raja is a faker. Yet they deal with the brother who is the number one claimant of today because of the asset at the central bank. The 10 billion US dollars from Queen of England, the 9 billion because our family, once the true blood is dead, the sole report, whoever the queen seated as the global earth and the global universum magnum, because that is the way how to respect the leader of the queenship, the head of the federation of all royal families. That's them that appoint. That's them that really put it into power. So by that time, the soul of the father of Raja Mamai, the grandson, reported to Queen of England. So the Queen of England sent immediately the 9 billion US dollar direct to Zamboanga. So the beneficiary, the recipient, is the rightful owner, receiver is the grandson. So many grandsons claimed the money until the day that Raja Mamai really cannot get it right from Sabah, because he was 30 years self-exile in Sabah so that he could be there and not to be dead, because as a true blood, that is the part of the dark force to really kill the true heirs and successors. So am I. I had been kept in the convent for my protection. That's the thing that nobody would realize, how dangerous it could be for me to live and survive, because I am the chosen being that God wanted to take this leadership of the golden age of the new era. So Raja Mamay went to Zamboanga. First, he has to be acknowledged by the mayor Amin Ototalum, then the mayor of Sulu, presenting himself as the direct relative. But however, if you are nobody, they will not entertain you. But if you have a padrino, a godfather to bring to them, that's the political action that they have. They could immediately recognize you. You are a family. So Raja Mamay and I really went through the pain of being poor, being nobody, being the branded crazy, because they thought that to be rich is just where you have a good cars, you have a good house, you have a good, I mean, jewelries in your body. That's the way they have seen how you are in Mindanao, Sulu, Palawan. By just wearing all of those, you are rich. But they have not seen the wealthiest man that is trying to get the money given by the Queen Mama for him. Other than that, we asked in 2011, we wrote, of course, Raja Mama signed for it, sent it to King of Saudi Arabia, because the King of Saudi is directly with the mother side of Raja Mamay. The grandmother is married to the grandfather, the one who signed the deed of 1878. That is the one that they had been using for the claim up to now. So Haji Hasan Pasang, Jamalul Alam, we call him Raja Anang, and in Borneo, called Tuan Muda Gulam Hasan. Those are the names that they should mark up. Is the direct grandfather of Raja Mamay on the mother's side. And the grandmother was then the sister of King Fahad, the king of Saudi Arabia, called the Yangko Nene Fatima Fad. So therefore, all the royalty in the world are all closely blood related. Just imagine, we have all this amount already, but because they want to claim it using different claimants. That's why they have really to focus on the claim, utilizing the sultans they have appointed, the sultans that they have installed. Barm in itself is the claim with the conglomeration of the claimants as chosen by the office of the President of the Philippines and the office of the Prime Minister of Malaysia, the office of the President of Indonesia, utilizing the war and chaos that really made these things from the one that they have done in conspiracy with the Arab world, and that is the thing that destroyed Mindanao, because they want to control the oil and gas in Liguasan. And to take note of that, I have a lot of friends, families. So this is how they have put Queen, because I had been begging my friends, I had been asking my friends, my family, to help me survive. And that's the one they have put it and give it to the world that I am just a beggar. But they didn't know, if they have really to check deeper, they didn't know that I have my name inside the financial system. They have oppressed, suppressed, and put me to death many times in conspiracy with the local governments, in conspiracy with the military, in conspiracy with the office of the presidential advisor for peace process. In the guise of peace, they put wars. So in my life, I have really to defend the grandson of Tunku Abdurrahman Putra Al-Haj, the first king and last king of Southeast Asia, which no one was given the succession except the grandson, and that is Raja Muhammad Gamar Mamay Hassan Abdajurak, Jamalul Kiram II, the third, known as Gamar bin Abdul Ghaffar in Malaysia. Just imagine how we were being kept with names that only our ancient ancestors can approve, can verify, can validate. So those that say they are the validators, nada, because they didn't know that Tunko Abdurrahman Putra Alhaj is just with me, trying to guide me part by part, area to area, how to fix what he has designed 1,000 years. They are alive. You believe as Lemurian blood in us. I am still below the earth. I am still on the highest heavens because I am tasked to do this job in behalf of the global earth. So, nonetheless, despite of all this oppression and suppression, I survive. Everywhere I go, when I heard all those things that I am just collecting money, my ears really have to. That's why I said, if only I can really put these people see that they are all mistaken. Now the sovereign identity card is your protection, the one that I had been given to the land of my forefathers. Because if they do not have the sovereign identity card coming from royal identity card, coming from the different IDs, even just a coupon bond in the past for their protection, they thought it's just an ordinary one. Because once they hold it, the military calls me. The people is trying to check on me. Queen, is this your people? Yes. At the height of the COVID-19, I issued the vaccination exemption card, which was really of help to the people. I know that this one has helped a lot of people because took forever. That now I am lucky that the global earth totally seeing the stoppage of this highest black propaganda, the killings of humanity, that even the trafficking is being stopped by the queen of the global earth. So all of these things, they will really saw to it, they will really see to it that I cannot move. So they are curtailing the finances. So they don't want to release the funds. I have so much supposedly, not for me, but because of them. And I know how to deal with them also, because the court of law will be running after them. It's not the political Supreme Court, it is the sovereign court, which is above even with the International Court of Justice. That is the role of the Queen, the creator, the founder of the new generation, local, international, global sovereign court, which is the divine court, the Lemurian court, as well in combination with the divinity. That is how we are. So all of this agenda that they have done from the killings, I had been there. Oh, the prime ups, we could have already put in a sack to be chopped. Who are those people? They are top government officials. We saw it ourselves. But they have judged us and they have mistakenly took us like this. They didn't know that our guardians are God, Allah Himself. So we were able to escape all of those up, ambushed, all of this. That even at the height of being triggered already, you know, the gun's already in my head. You know what I say? If you kill me, who else will help you? Because they are tasked. They are tasked to kill me. And those persons that have been tasked to kill us, suddenly, with a change of heart, and confess. And yet these people are still in the government. Yet still, we have given already the warrant of arrest, but they don't care because they are in the cobwebs of the same conspiracy as protected to the highest level into the international cahoots. That's how the Philippines suffered so much with all this extreme poverty. I suffered more than enough to help the sovereignty, the land territories, and particularly the government and the people. I am here to help. I am not here to destroy, to help that people will live in accordance to the divine wish to live comfortably because we have so much to partake the wealth of the divinity. That's how Queen fights. Despite that sometimes the pain is just here, you see, I have I have to fight my survival because I have to complete my mission for humanity.
Beautiful, Queen. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's not easy.
Welcome.
This is probably this is the biggest battle of the end of days, that is upon us. It's really a spiritual battle of the light and dark. And we're not out of it quite yet, but we will be, and everything is going to fall in order. But the pushback is very intense because, for many years, the dark has been allowed to take the reins of power in all fields and all sectors. And just like the prophecy, the end has come, but they don't want to give back the reins of power. So I mean, they're gonna fight till they die or give up or surrender. But those who are in the light, who are really standing for these beautiful things, such as what you're standing for, are so divinely protected that no harm can come upon you or anybody that's really a warrior of light, because Team Light, the team behind us, the light is in our favor. More light's coming back to earth. And so there is this divine protection. And when people try to shoot arrows, it just goes back to them. It cannot stick, it cannot stay. And it's a very intense time. So I wanted to ask you that I heard that your announcement concerning ancestral lands of Lugas, how do you say
Liguasan Mars.
Mars was
Yes.
taken by the privatized Philippine government under Marcos. And I understand that this revelation must be deeply distressing for you, and the royal family. So would you care to share any further? I'd like to understand the circumstances surrounding the loss of these lands and any efforts being made to address the issue.
Princess Rada, I never lost the land. In fact, it solidified my ownership on behalf of the royal family. My ownership is coming from the enchanted, from the incant spirit. And that is the one who created that. Because without the Liguasan bars, our global Earth could have been thrown out into the galaxy already. Because this is the one controlling the orbit. This is the one that makes the global Earth on the steady mode, wherein we could be here on our own orbit. So if they touch it, and as the queen of the universum magnum, I will do whatever it takes to protect that land. So therefore, the more that they are showing this kind of claim, utilizing the conspiracy with the office of the president, the more it will come out. So as I told you, I have already spoken up and I asked the president, as we have given them already 50 years plus 10 on 60 years that they have exhausted, that they have really abused the Mother Earth, the Mother Nature. So we give them the finality that if they will do continue, then we know that the mandate is really to take them down. How? The divinity has their own soldier, not mine, not a bloody war from me. No. And he is already giving that. And one of these leaders that had been used recently is dead. They just don't want to have this in the global earth known because that is their shame also. But however, I told them, you yourself will be in trouble if you delay and delay and delay, because that is already a form of suppression and oppression, when in fact you knew already that it has to be declared and protected under the government of the United Nations, under the protection of the UNESCO, under the management and protection of the Queen of the Mother Earth and the Queen of the Royal Imperial Lupasug Islamic United Kingdom of Sulu and North Borneo. Still, I am the protector of Ligwas on Mars. No matter what they do, my soldiers, our unseen soldiers, are more than enough to give them a blow, because I had been there against the combat of the military in 1970s. I am already there because I was born in 1963. At the age of 5, 6, 7, 8, up to that era, I am already in the war zone. With all this, so many armies of the government attacking inside Liguasan, killings at random, all the families, because they don't want the Maguindanaoans, the true blood, survive because of this eventuality that they will take over the Liguasan Mars. I have seen one horse and one grandfather just simply roam around. He doesn't have to kill, but the bullets of the military were the ones being killed on that precise war that they have. So that means I could guarantee that they can never take over Liguas on Mars, because I can vouch, I can attest, and I was able even to talk to one of the military that had been tasked to take over Liguasans, that they so many men killed because of the government desire in 1970s, in 1980s to take over Liguas on Mars. So how much more now? Queen is here to protect the land. Not only Liguasan, also the Sultanate of Sulu in North Borneo, Sultanate of Maguindanao, Lanao. That's primarily why we have to restore all the royal house under the administration of the Queen of the Philippine Islands. So here we goes. Here we goes.
Beautiful. Maya, we can't hear you. You're on mute. So
Sorry, I was just saying that I was cut off by the internet connection, so I've been in and out, and I don't know. I haven't heard the whole thing, so sorry.
You were just
But
explaining about Liguasan Mars and that, that
okay.
ordeal going on there.
Okay, great.
You can just
Yes, Liguasan Mars, as we say, is the bottom line of the global war since World War I, World War II, the World War III, and the premise of this COVID-19, of this medical tyranny that they have. Actually, that is the silent global war that they have done. But we become victorious because we know that they have no room to take over the land of promise, practically the Liguasan Mars. We did it. We did it. That's why even up to this very moment, I could thereby say, we win. We are victors to protect our motherland, the Philippine Islands.
Hmm.
And I know with the Philippine Islands, we are also the protector of Sabah, Sarawak, Kalimantan, Bulungan, and the entire Southeast Asia upon my marriage to the direct heir and successors of Tunku Abdurrahman Putra Al-Haj, Raja Muhammad Gamar, Mamay Hassan Abdurrajak, Gamar bin Abdul Gapar, Jamalul Kiram III. We will make this whole earth live in harmony, wherein brotherhood reigns, wherein through peace and prosperity, through the golden age, we'll have to imbibe the new face of the earth. I am here together with you as my blood with Lemuria. In all the bloods of our forefathers, we can redirect the entire global earth, and the intergalactic power is with us. And I know that all of this will come into realization, that hope becomes a reality, because giving hope to our poor people, the poor were always the victims of this tyranny that the government were just utilizing as their gadget, as their slaves. Slaves no more. We should put equality of rights, wherein rich and poor must live in accordance to God's Allah will. We will win. We will win. I'm sure of that.
Beautiful, Queen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Queen.
Yeah, it's not an easy mission that you have, that's no doubt, but throughout all of history, no mission really has been easy. We know that every obstacle imaginable, but in the end of the day, the light always wins. I mean, that is the destiny, and even if it's extended a little bit, it doesn't matter. The time is coming. Even in all the prophecies of our times, these times, 2003, 2004, 2000, 26, it keeps going, but it basically, it's that there's going to be more chaos, that there's going to be more, chaos and fighting between the light and the dark, until finally it has to give in. So the time is going to come, and it is just a matter of time. They can delay the inevitable, but the inevitable will be here, and you're bringing it forward. You're standing so strong. We thank you. We thank you for your strength, for being so vigilant, for showing up, and day after day, and struggle after struggle, you show up, and you're standing for everybody. You're standing for all the Philippines and the whole world. So we thank you for your love and your grace, and to the glory of the divine. And so it is.
Thank you. Amen.
Amen.
Princess Maya, Princess Radha, as my parting words, I have 4 P's in my life to be able to withstand all of these trials, tribulation. 4 P's: panolino, perseverance, patience, and prudence. This was Queen Helen Abdajurak.
Thank you.
Thank you, Queen. We really appreciate you. Until next time, much love and blessings, and bye for now.